we love you down in Houston, Texas. Your theater is just absolutely beautiful. How often do you get to come down there and hang out with us down in?
I haven't been down there in a while because I live in different parts of the world. But Texas is a big part of my family because on my mom's side, it goes back to the 1850s.
Really?
Yeah, in Austin and San Marcos, principally, and Kyle. So I spent a fair amount of time in Texas. Not so much down in Houston because that's further south.
Okay.
But I've been a lot of time in Texas.
Well, congratulations on this film.
Thank
It's
you.
just beautiful. I mean, it's
thank
just remarkable. What drew you to this story?
It was two things. One, it was about friendship, and it had a deeper root because it was, first of all, it was a comedy, but it wasn't just a comedy alone. It was a comedy with pathos, and the pathos had to do with the word friendship. Two guys who had palled around together, screwed up together, messed around, had fun together when they were young, just out of college, have a falling out, and then 30 years goes by, and then they come back together again. And that relationship is repaired by walking the trail. And all the adventures that come up on the trail, all the unexpected surprises that come up on the trail, is what keeps the thing, which gives it momentum. So basically, it's about the revival of a friendship that was broken, and I thought that was a wonderful theme. And then it was also about nature playing a third character. The Appalachian Trail, and therefore nature, is a third character in the film. I love that idea.
Would you actually do the trail yourself, like in real life?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Why do you think we take journeys like this as people?
Well, we do it for several reasons. One, to prove ourselves, It depends on what time in your life you do it. For example, if you do it when you're my age, then obviously you're trying to prove something to yourself. One, that you can do it, you can survive, and that you're not quitting, you're not stopping. It's like you're going to create a second act for yourself. So that's the reason I think that would be applied to me and to Nick.
Speaking of working with Nick, this is your second film together, and
Yeah.
the chemistry is just you two. You reminded me of, like, I have a really good friend. He's actually my producer, and he's over there in the corner. But we this if we
Is he
wanted
a friend
trip
as well?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
A producer who's a friend?
Yes.
Wow.
I know, isn't
That's
that crazy?
amazing.
But watching this film would be like he and I, like John and I going on this trip together. I was like, that's exactly what would happen. But
Yeah.
honestly, the chemistry between you two is just incredible.
Well, I think the world of Nick, and I always have. I think he's a wonderful actor, and he's very smart. And he and I share a lot of similarities, particularly in our younger years, the way we started out in our lives. I gained a certain amount of discipline that he didn't, But there was a time when we would fit this character's description to a T. So anyway, I just like the guy, Houston,
Yes, it's good to see you again.
just south of Austin.
Yes, sir. And it was a year ago that I saw you because you made me look like a champ. It was my mom's birthday, Irene, and you sang "Good Night, Irene."
Oh, good night, Irene. I remember that.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
She played it for all her friends, so thank you.
I'm happy she did because I think I was probably off key.
No, you did a fantastic job. Speaking of fantastic jobs, your director, David Lowery, singing your praises about your performance in Pete's Dragon. And
Oh,
guess
that's
what?
nice.
I completely agree.
Oh, well, that's nice.
I saw it last night, and it is fantastic. I will tell you, a huge fan of the original.
I don't know about the original. I never saw it. I never heard. I knew nothing about it until I did this film.
Really?
No. My kids did.
Okay.
But I didn't, for whatever reason, it never came across my screen growing up. And so for me, being in this movie was my first experience with Pete's Dragon.
Really?
Yeah.
That was one of my questions. So you've already answered that one for me. What drew you to this project?
What drew me to it was a chance to return to my own childhood. And, that's a time that we cherish when we're older, and we look back and we realize we're no longer there. And that's when we appreciate being a child. When you're a child, when you're little, you're not aware of anything other than being a child. So you're aware that you don't have any power, things are bigger than you are, and so forth. Once you leave childhood and you come into adulthood, you realize there was a wonderful time where there was magic in the air. And magic was a word that you could live on. But you take it for granted when you're a kid, and all you're aware of as a kid is, I want to be older, I want to be an adult, I want to get out of this. Then you become an adult and say, God, I wish I was a kid again. So for me, it was a chance to kind of go back to my own childhood.
You are a big supporter of environmental issues, which I love, and I am as well. And there's a huge message in part of the film in that. Is that something else that you like about this movie?
It is. It's a more subtle point.
Right.
I think if the film had been really about that in a big way, it would have turned a lot of people off. I don't think agit propaganda is the right place for film.
Mm-hmm.
I think it should be more subtle. So here, what I did appreciate is that it's really a story about a child and a dragon, but what's the ambience is also nature. It's a forest. And so there's a very subtle message about the relationship between animals and nature, and that I loved. I love that about the film, but it's not something that hits you over the head. It's really the storytelling of the child and the dragon. But what's underneath that is interesting.
Why do you love acting so much?
What makes you think I love acting? This is torture.
Stop it. You're one of the, you're just a fantastic actor, and I'm a big fan of your work.
Well, thank you.
But what drew you to acting?
I think what the chance to self-express. I think up to the point I became an actor, I was intending to be an artist, where it was going to be what my hand did on a canvas. And whatever was inside of me would be produced in a painting. And what I realized is that performing allowed me to be totally expressive, all of me. And I wasn't prepared for that. And I found out that I liked that feeling.
Perfect. Leave it at that.
Okay.
Great to see you again.
Nice
my
to
friend.
see you, yeah.